king of old Broadway, the best of everything was mine to have each day. I always had the biggest hits, the biggest bathrooms at the Ritz. My showgirls had the biggest hits. I never was the pitch in any way. The king of old Broadway. My praises they would sing, a sick bell, so they say. My shows were always filled with class. Less champagnes would fill my glass. My heart was filled with gorgeous ass. You couldn't call me crass in any way. There was a time that I was young and gay. That's straight. There was a time that I was bold. There was a time that each and every place I touched would turn to gold. That's 2 weeks overdue. 40 out, overdue. Way overdue. Such reviews. How dare they insult me in this manner? How quickly they forget? I am Max Bialystock, the first producer ever to do summer stock in the winter. You've all heard of theater in the round? You're looking at the man who invented theater in the square. Nobody had a good seat. Ah, yes, I spent my entire life in the theater. I was a protege of the great Boris Tomaszewski. Yes, I'll never forget. He turned to me on his deathbed and he said, Maxilla, alle Menschen muss zu machen. Jeden Tag, a Gänsekraken.
What does that mean?
I don't know, I don't speak Yiddish. Strangely enough, neither did he. But in my heart, I knew what he was saying. He was saying, when you're down and out, and everybody thinks you're finished, that's the time to stand up on your own 2 feet and shout, who do you have to stoop to get a break in this town? I used to be the king of old Broadway. Again, I will be king, and we are up to stay. There'll be opening nights again. You'll see my name in lights again. I'll go from dark to breaks again. My spirit's high as kites again. I'll never suffer slights again. I'll taste the sweet delights again. No candle on the plate again. No mountain in the wind again. No recognize the rights again. Famous in my sights again. I'll take those fancy lights again. I'll gonna scale the heights again. The ice stock will never drop. The ice stock will never stop. The stock will be on top again. Hey!
stuck, sir. As your accountant, I've been going over your accounts and I found a discrepancy. There's $2,000 unaccounted for.
The show is a flop, Bloom. What difference does it make? It's $2,000. Move a decimal point. You're an accountant. The word count is part of your title.
But that's cheating. You could go to prison.
Bloom. Bloom, look at me. I'm drowning here. I'm being sunk by a society that demands success when all I can offer is failure. Bloom, help me. Help me, please. Move a decimal point.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it.
What are you hang about?
Well, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, but under the right circumstances, a producer could make more money with a flop than he could with a hit.
What?
Well, if a producer knew the show would fail, he could make a fortune. It's simply a matter of creative accounting. Let us assume for a moment that you are a dishonest man.
Assume away.
Well, it's easy, really. You simply raise more money than you really need. You could have raised $1 million, put on a $60,000 flop, and kept the rest. See?
But what if the show were a hit?
Then you'd go to prison. If the show were a hit, with so many backers, you'd have to pay off all the backers. There never would be enough profits to go around. Get it?
It's so simple. Step number 1. I find the worst play ever written. A sure flop. Step number 2. I raise a few $1 million. There's a lot of little old ladies out there dying to be in showbiz. Step number 3. Bloomy baby, you phone you a list of backers. 1 for the government, 1 for us. You can do it, you're a whiz. Step number 4, we open on Broadway, and before you can say step number 5, we close on Broadway. Step number 6, we take our $1 million and we fly to Rio.
But if we get caught, we'll go to prison.
Bloom. Bloom, you think you're not in prison now? Living in a gray little room? Going to a gray little job? Living a gray little life?
You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm a nothing. I count other people's money. People I'm smarter than, better than. Where's my share? Where's Leo Bloom's share? I want everything I've ever seen in the movies. I want to be a producer with a hit show on Broadway. I want to be a producer, lunch at Sardi's every day. I want to be a producer, sport a top hat and a cane. I want to be a producer and drive those chorus girls insane. I want to be a producer and sleep until 2:30. I want to be a producer and say you, not you.